Okay, today we're going to do some limiting reactant problems, and we're going to start out with some pretty simple problems. And these are going to be more, not necessarily similar to a limiting reactant problem, but they are. These are just simple ones to kind of get you in the habit of doing the right things. And so we're going to start with an equation like we always do, and it has to be balanced. And I want to make sure that I point out that this is a hypothetical equation. This equation doesn't really exist. I made this one up to make it work for what we needed. But we need to balance this equation. And I think we should start with oxygen just because of the fact that I don't want to have to erase. So on the reactant side, we have 2 oxygens. On the product side, we have 3. That's an odd number, so we know we get rid of that by putting a 2, right? All right, that now gives me 6 oxygens. So on this side, I need a 3. 2 carbons, so on this side, I need a 2. And over here, I have 4 sodium, and so a 4 right there will do it. So we balance the equation. All right, now we can answer question B. In B, it says if you have 16 moles of sodium, 6 moles of carbon, and 12 moles of oxygen, what is the limiting reactant? And the easiest way to do this is set up a little chart. And so we're going to set up a little chart like this. And at the top, we're going to put an N, and we're going to put an H. And the N is going to stand for how many moles do I need. And the H is going to stand for how many moles I actually have. So we have 3 reactants. We have sodium, we have carbon, and we have O2. And the need is actually going to come from a balanced equation. So from a balanced equation, I need 4 moles of sodium. From a balanced equation, I need 2 moles of carbon, and I need 3 moles of O2. The have is going to come from the actual question. And the question says I have 16 moles of sodium. It says I have 6 moles of carbon, and it says I have 12 moles of O2. At this point, it's just a really simple comparison. According to my equation, I need 4 moles of sodium. I have 16. That means I have enough to do this 4 times. Carbon, I need 2. I have 6. I have enough of the carbon to do it 3 times. And then oxygen, I need 3 and I have 12. So once again, I have enough oxygen to do this reaction 4 times. So which one is my limiting reactant? It's the carbon. I only have enough of the carbon to do this 3 times. All right, next question, question C. This time it says if you have 276 grams of sodium, 72 grams of carbon, and 256 grams of oxygen, which one is the limiting reactant? All right, this one is a little bit more, not a lot more, but a little bit more work. And that's because I have grams. And we've talked about this a lot of times. Grams, or weight or mass, never ever a good way of comparing it. So in order to compare these fairly, we need to turn these things into moles. Now, we're still going to use the same chart. So I'm going to go ahead and set my chart up again with my need and have. And I'm going to have sodium, carbon, and oxygen. And I still have 4, 2, and 3. But the have, we don't know that yet because we have grams instead of moles. So I'm going to do 3 one-step problems to turn those grams into moles. So we're going to start with 276 grams of sodium and put that over 1. We're going to have 72 grams of carbon, put that over 1. And then we're going to have 256 grams of O2 and put that over 1. To go from grams to moles is a one-step problem. We use molar mass. Well, if you look on the periodic table, the molar mass of sodium is 23. So the 23 grams of sodium go on bottom, and that's equal to 1 mole of sodium. Grams cross off. Carbon has a molar mass of 12. So 12 grams of carbon are going to equal 1 mole of carbon, and now the grams cross off. And then the oxygen, since it's O2, has a molar mass of 32 grams. And that's 1 mole of O2. And the grams cross off. So now you have 276 divided by 23. That comes out to exactly 12. 72 divided by 12 is 6. And the 256 divided by 32 is exactly 8. So now we know we have 12 moles of sodium. We have 6 moles of carbon. And we have 8 moles of oxygen. All right, at this point, again, it's a simple comparison. I need 4 moles of sodium. I have 12. That means I have enough of this stuff, enough of sodium to do this 3 times. Carbon, I need 2. I have 6. I have enough carbon to do this 3 times. And then oxygen. I need 3. I have 8. That means I have enough oxygen to do this 2.6 repeating times. So again, now if you look, which one is my limit to reactant this time? I think you're going to find it's the oxygen. I can't quite do this reaction 3 times because I don't quite have enough oxygen to do this. So those are some very, very simple just limiting reactant problems.